everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Aviary Attorney. In the last episode, we began our first trial in this game and we were doing really well, actually. I'm pretty happy with our progress so far, so maybe we can continue on that path and get our first easy victory. GG easy. Just kidding. Alright, so let's continue on. Wait. Wait. No. There's no way, right? Hold on. No! Are you kidding? Oh no! Oh no! I knew the save mechanic of this game was not good. Oh no! You're telling me that I have to play through the whole first half of the frickin' trial again? It doesn't exactly save? No, why would they do this? Oh no. Well, rip. So that sucks. So it looks like I have to plan my recordings better now because oh, that sucks. Oh, okay. So basically, if it only really, even if I say save and quit, it doesn't really save and quit. It just saves up to like the day that you're on or whatever. But that sucks. Oh, why would they do this? Why? All right, guys. I'll be back once I get back to where I was. Dagnabbit. Okay, guys, I'm back. I believe this is where we left off. Luckily, it didn't take me long to catch up.
Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However...
And here we go. I think the lion himself will be making an appearance.
Mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Oh.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge?
Yes, I suppose that's fine.
Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections.
Wait, you're acting like you're the judge.
No objections here.
Fantastic! Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Oh, okay, Baron Rourke, on the, night of the,
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Senor Portois, Monsieur Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, Garcon?
Or is it garçon? You might be garçon.
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorge, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Okay. Hmm. It is okay. So we have a couple things going on that are suspicious, right? The fact that he was the one painted into the picture and Dame Katerine was removed. Why was he not in the picture to begin with? You know, that's a little shady. Like, where was he? What was the point of having a photographer there to take a picture of them if he was not part of it? It's just weird to me. And then there's the fact that, like, I don't know what that means because we didn't really confront him about it. But the fact that his maid was stealing from him and he didn't say anything, it's like, does that show that he's a nice guy? Does that show he doesn't care? Like, what's going on with that, you know? Um, and then the evidence that we do have that may come in handy is this cigar, which was at the bottom of his fountain. But he lives there, so having a cigar there, I don't know if that's really that important, other than the fact that it's the scene of the crime, but it's just weird. And then the fact that the photographer was scared and said that he was scared of, quotation marks, his claws, um, would make you think of this man because he's a lion, so he most likely has claws, even though we can't see them because he's wearing gloves. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, we still haven't even talked about motive, which to me should be important. But maybe because this is like an animal world, maybe that motive is not as important because they're like, oh, they're kind of like in Zootopia, right? The idea of there are the predatory animals and the prey animals. So, because Grenwy was a frog, he's more of a prey than a predator. And because cats are more predatory, then it's like more of their instinct coming out for them to attack a frog. So I don't know. It's an interesting situation here. We don't know what motive Dame Katerine could have had to kill Grenwy, um, or him, other than the fact that he invited them for dinner. So I think they said they're like business partners or something. So maybe it has to do with money. This is one. The dinner. Like, I would love to press him more because I feel like we're lacking information. I don't think we should talk about the housemaid. Let's ask about Monsieur Grenwy. This might be one that I might get in trouble for pressing, but I need information.
Baron Roge, I have some questions about Monsieur Grenwy.
God rest his soul.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about this. What was your relation to Monsieur Grenwy?
What was your relation to Monsieur Grenwy prior to his demise?
We were business partners. Monsieur Grenwy, Senor Portois, Demiao, and myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company.
Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Senor Portois would now own half of the company each, correct?
Establishing motive.
Correct. I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But, monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Grenwy and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn the man's passing.
Of course.
You have another question about Monsieur Grenwy? Yes. Why did he visit the garden?
Why did Monsieur Grenwy leave to visit the garden?
Yeah, because he wasn't taking part in the photo either.
I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear.
Ah, I see. But that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it?
How so?
Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness.
Hold on, Falcone. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way? We don't have evidence of that.
No, there's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling.
There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Grenouille always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak.
I don't blame him. After that little discussion or rant I went on in the first episode. Y'all know how I feel about rare steak. Do you have another question about him? No. Okay, I'm glad that it didn't hurt me. I wanted to ask more, like, what was the point of the dinner, but I'm not going to. Let's talk about the garden, the scene of the crime.
Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves.
What's with all the horses? I'm dying to ask that, but I know that's not pertinent. When was the last time you visited it?
Baron Roerge, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Uh-oh. Well, that's interesting. For years, you say? Then that cigar should not be in there, right? Like, it should have disintegrated or something, dried up, I don't know.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right.
Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
You're not the judge, but okay. What's the point? I guess the red herring is that it's just there for kicks, right? Because we really don't have a point in presenting it or anything. Cigar.
This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred.
A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
okay, sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question.
Oh? Oh? How could you misunderstand?
You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, that's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience.
And a little paddling.
The cigar butt was not dropped. It was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, that you, Baron Roerge, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorge, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden.
Oh, snap.
Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. You have cojones on you, son.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcone. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence. Think harder, Monsieur Rabington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorge as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous.
And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served a steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery.
I will say, the fact that he knew his silverware was missing and said and did nothing was weird, right? And the fact that, like he says, he served a steak, which is, you have to eat it with cutlery unless you have claws. And he knew that Monsieur Grenouille has a soft stomach, as he put it. Why would he serve food that Grenouille couldn't eat? That's not a very gracious host, right? It's just weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Very sus.
Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Portoir de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Alas, Dame Catelyn was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic.
No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
Damn, savage.
How dare you, garçon! The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. I'm an American.
No, sorry. An American living in France.
No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs.
You incredulous whelp! I ought to gut you right here and now, like.
Uh-oh.
like a damned frog!
Bruh. Congrats, you just played yourself. I can't believe he just said that. Bruh.
Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor. What are you gonna do, you skinny little twerp? Oh, the lion could shred him to pieces. Let's go, old man. To the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw! I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
Falcone, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
I mean, bruh, that was pretty much an open and shut case for us.
What do you mean? You just proved Catalin's innocence.
Oop, wrong voice. Whoa, what did I just do? What do you mean? You just proved Ketterlene's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Sparrowson, I think you have misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure that I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Damiao, to be not guilty.
Hey! Not guilty. Too bad we don't get confetti, but it is what it is.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. Nice. You did it, Falcone.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both.
I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. Ew.
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you.
Oh, her feet.
I murdered Monsieur Grenouille.
Oh, snap.
I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
She looked so different. Like her clothing, everything looked different for some reason.
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Roget's cigarette butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest.
But Falcone proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph was edited.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinio to paint me over Baron Rogue and to add hands to the clock.
But so we saw a version where she was there, but why did he show one where she wasn't?
But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcone was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly.
Holy crap. This feels like... Oh, look at his face. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's almost like the second game of Ace Attorney, what we went through with the Matt on Guard case. Yep. Oof. Big oof.
What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kitty like me. You are worthy of a Tua's love.
Sorry. Giving in to the Angie urges. I think you should leave.
Fine, so much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Facon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowspin.
Sparrowson. Why did I say a word? Oh boy, he's in shock. Falcone, what do we do now? Falcone? Yikes. We just got an innocent man convicted. Alright, end of Act 1. Your game has been saved. Do you wish to continue? Damn. Might as well just see this part before I end the stream. Oh, episode. January 7th, 1848. The Palais des Louvres. Penguin? Let us be reasonable, senors. I am sure that this is a simple misunderstanding. Oh? There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. Oh. Someone with a rose in the hand. Act 2, a fox among wolves. All right. Well, we're going to be leaving this right here because now that I know that it, it doesn't really save, it's kind of pointless for me to, you know, go halfway or whatever. But anyway, I think this is a good enough time. Wow. That case, quite a doozy way to end, right? Your first case, like damn. All right, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.